Well, good afternoon everyone, and here we are at the business end of my Sluglica. So the Sluglica is a 140 brake horsepower Toyota 2005 1.8 VVTI. It's had a rebuilt engine because of oil starvation killing the first engine. This is the Sluglica version, so the 140, although this one is running 159 horsepower dynoed before this latest modification. So the Sluglica has done extremely well from Christmas. This is a K&N Typhoon, the right one for the 1.8 VVTI. The VVTI-L, or the lift version, the 190 horsepower, has a different angle from the throttle body, so it's a different kit. I do apologise. The weather in Britain at the minute is absolutely ridiculous. It's worse than it is normally terrible. We've had like 40 days of rain. Yesterday was the only dry day. I made it out on my bike, but today it's gone back to being absolutely biblical rain. Ridiculous. It's normally pretty bad weather in the UK, but this year, the end of this year, has been awful. Right, rant over the weather over. So this is the K&N Typhoon kit, the right one for the 1.8 VVTI. These retail normally around £370 to £450 UK pounds. I managed to pick this up locally on eBay after someone had had their car written off by a deer, unfortunately, and it's now fitted, and it's a really nice piece of kit. I wasn't going to do this originally. I was going to keep making stuff out of carbon fibre, but this came up at just over £100, which is an absolute bargain for what it is. A great piece of kit. I've had Typhoons on most of my old cars, pre my wife's Type R, which is sat there, and pre the GTI, but the Typhoons are quite good. Now, over the winter, with it being absolutely terrible weather, we're hit by Storm Boris, or whatever it's called, I may put this Ram Air enclosed filter on just to give some protection against the rain. Obviously I've got my cold air feed here, the bonnet modification to allow more air in, so I'm not particularly worried because the rain can always go down there, but if it is torrential rain, this might be better over the winter. Let me know what you think. So I just put that on there, so Ram Air, and then that gives it a bit more weather protection. So the Sluglica has had a strut brace, just the ultra racing strut brace, a very nice piece of kit. However, that meant that the battery no longer fitted, the huge Toyota battery. So I've managed to save 8 kilograms by fitting my normal batteries, which are the Odyssey PC680, Odyssey PC680 batteries there, which is tied round and velcroed onto the back of the ECU, so it's very solid and stable. Now I've got a strap holding on. That's allowed all this access to the brake adjusters if I need to get to them, and again saving 8 kilograms off the big battery that was on there, which is brilliant. Inside, the Sluglica has also benefited from the arrival of leather seats. So these leather seats have come again from eBay. Very nice and tasty. My bolsters were wearing through on the cloth seats, and for less than having the bolsters repaired, which would need pretty much all the fabric doing, I've managed to pick up these seats from a black leather edition. I think it was a non-UK spec edition because I had to swap the seatbelt buckles over, which I've done. There's slightly different colouring here, but I can live with that. The leather seats are a really nice upgrade. The seats in the back are out because the cloth seats were absolutely awful and needed cleaning anyway, and I've got some leather back seats coming. I've also got it's called a Lele Beat Rush brace, which will go from here to there and comes down in a V to here. So I've taken up the little shelf of the subwoofer. The subwoofer doesn't actually do anything, and I've got that coming from Japan. So that wasn't a bargain, but that's a really nice piece of kit. I've got a boot floor coming, and I'm going to have this done flat, just with fabric on the top or a rubber cover, because it is very noisy in here. I found a little bit of surface corrosion, nothing to worry about, and I've given that some rust converter treatment just to hold that, and then I'll probably spray that silver, or I'll put the boot trim back. Now if you find that your Celica is rattling from the boot area, like bang bang bang, the tailgate is bouncing around, change these rubber mounts here. These are your shock absorbers for the boots. 2 of these, £30 off Toyota, genuine Toyota parts. Parts at the top are fine, the red stuff there is rubber grease. Put that on and that stops it from rattling around. And it is now raining again, so I'm going to take cover before we have to build an ark.